Mr. O'Sullivan, you previously stated before this committee that you hosted a book launch.
Pardon?
You previously stated before this committee that you hosted a book launch. That braai was a book launch, and you said it was a year-end function, right?
It was, no, I didn't say it
I
was
didn't, I'm not done. You previously stated that it was a book launch, a year-end function at the former home of serial killer, murderer, drug kingpin, Radovan Krečner. This morning you told us you didn't know the owner. Minutes later, we learned that he was a close friend of yours. Am I right?
I didn't.
And that you actually did the bidding for that house.
No, I didn't say I didn't know the owner. I said that
But you couldn't remember, you had all sorts of stories.
no, I said I contacted the owner and asked for permission to use the
You
house.
couldn't remember the name.
So sometimes you have to get it back. You know, there's no doubt.
Mr. O'Sullivan, you lied.
Okay.
You lied under oath this morning. And we've had enough of your lies at this point. You knew very well whose home that was. Mr. O'Sullivan, what was your main reason in that motivation letter that was written by Waterson for coming to this country? Let me remind you what was put in there. I believe he would be a very useful addition to the white community of this country. That's why you came to this country. That braai, that book launch, invitations from your office went out under the header, top secret. Am I correct?
No, it's not correct.
It cannot not be correct. Because in my possession, I have those invitations that went out as top secret. I'm not asking you to respond.
Can I see? Can I see the invitation?
Mr. O'Sullivan, vandag is die by jou nie.
Can I see?
Mr. O'Sullivan, I will show you.
Thank you.
It said top secret. It's been mentioned in this committee before. So you lied about the braai. You lied about the book launch. You lied about the fact that you didn't know the owner. You also said here, your guests, looking back to your reason and purpose for coming into this country, your guests were from AfriForum. You labeled that meeting as top secret.
What?
You had AfriForum guests there, and up until today, we still don't know who were the DA members present at that meeting. Up until today. Now see where I'm going with this pattern. Here to help the white community. Top secret meeting, you have AfriForum there and you have the DA there. In your investigations, you only target, all your targets, and Honorable Wessels pointed this out earlier on, all your targets in this country was the leadership of this country. It was ministers and it was heads of department. Can I tell you why? It was your intention to overthrow this government, and it still is. I look at all the articles released in 2017 and shortly after that meeting that you had, that braai, book launch, van niemand 'n boek gekry het nie. Supporting articles by the DA, EWN on the 26th of the 1st, 2017, DA to reveal more evidence of alleged corruption against Patlane.
Say again, I didn't hear that.
An article, EWN article, that has now been taken down, but it's in the messages because the guys would copy each other in the messages and the support.
What messages? I don't understand what messages. you're
Messages
talking about.
between Sarah Jane Trent and Mandla.
I didn't involve myself in any.
Yeah, you don't have to involve yourself. You don't have anything to do with anything that's wrong in this country. The DA supported your plot against overthrowing this government.
The DA.
Yes.
How did that work? You have some evidence about that?
I will show you.
So you're saying, if I understand you correctly.
I'm saying that
that
you
the
came to this
DA
country to be of assistance to the white community, and I am saying to you that you plotted top ministers in this country, ministers such as Nathi Ntetwa, Ministers such as Fikile, a whole lot of ministers. It's in that conversation between Sarah and McBride. If you look at the pattern, if you study the people that you choose to investigate and go after, it is ministers, it is people like Jackie Selebi, it is people like Patlani, it is heads of organizations, of state organizations. You are plotting to overthrow this government, and I leave it at that.
With due respect, I think you've been watching too much TV.
Like you.
Yeah. And
I have been following a pattern and I've been following a trend.
For the
I'm going
record-
to leave that. I'm going to leave it as it is.
No,
I'm
you
trying to
can't.
paint you a picture here.
Chairman,
Mr. Sullivan, I'm going on to my second question.
No, I have to finish dealing with your first question. And the reality of the
Right.
situation
The
is,
book-
quite simply, first of all, I don't know about any so-called book launch. It was a braai, and at the same time,
That was called top secret.
I don't know anything about any top
Okay.
secret. At the same time, it was the end of year braai, and by the way, there were nobody there.
Forum
there-
with DA, with the head of IPID.
Chairman, I'm trying to answer and I'm being interrupted. It is not the right.
Mr. Sullivan, you have
protocol.
lied too much.
The
this morning
reality
to simply
is
giving you airtime.
There was nobody at that braai from the DA. There was nobody at that braai from AfriForum. And my understanding is that AfriForum have already opened a criminal docket of perjury against Cedric and Kabinda for sitting in this house and lying that AfriForum and the DA were present. And I can 100% guarantee there was nobody there from the DA and there was nobody there from AfriForum. And by the way, I would say 80% of the people that were there were African. So
From SAPS, from state organ that was helping you
No.
to plot against General Patlani.
Chairman,
I'd like to move
the
on
member
now.
is making this up as she goes along, and it's a farce,
We are
complete
not
farce.
making up anything.
Absolutely.
I keep saying when I ask questions, it's not because I don't have the answers, or it's not because because I do have supporting documentation.
Well, perhaps I can have the evidence.
When you stated this morning, you also again lied, and this is why my patience is up with you. When you stated this morning, you do not require CIRA membership, right, as a forensic investigator. That's right. You said you don't.
If you're a certified fraud examiner, there's an agreement between CERA and the ACFE, which makes it clear that if you're a CFE, you do not need to be registered with CERA. However, because I've been registered with CERA since 19 whatever, I can't remember the year, I've kept my membership going in case, just in case, I decide to involve myself in security company activities, but I'm not involved in any security company activities.
Mr. Sullivan?
And I do not.
Mr. O'Sullivan.
Let me finish answering, please.
Mr. O'Sullivan, I'm done.
I
need
would
an
like
answer
to
from you.
finish answering the question because you're making false allegations and then you're preventing me from answering. The reality is that there's an agreement between ACFE, a written signed agreement, which was approved by the minister, which makes it clear that if you're a certified fraud examiner, you do not have to belong to CERA. However, I've kept my CERA membership going just because, but I don't need to. I don't need to be a CERA member.
Mr. O'Sullivan, CIRA is the regulatory authority in terms of the law in South Africa. The ACFE is an American organization with a charter in South Africa. ACFE is not a regulatory authority. It's a self-governing association, like a stokvel, where you belong to. That is what you are referring to. It's a self-governing association. It is not a regulatory authority in South Africa.
That's your version of events.
No, that is.
I have to.
You have to.
I have to tell you that you are wrong.
When you came into this country, our country, you have to comply and adhere to the rules and regulations of this country.
I comply with the rules and regulations.
No, you don't. You have violated. I know you are registered. We've got your registration. Company O'Sullivan, Brosman and Associates, you are registered. Registration date in 2012, you registered with CEDA.
No, that's when the company was formed and I registered it. And the reason I registered it was because from time to time, I get asked to give security advice. That's the only reason.
Mr. O'Sullivan, you are registered with CEDA, meaning that you need to comply with the CEDA regulations. And as things stands, Mr. O'Sullivan, you have violated the entire code of conduct of the CEDA investigation, code of conduct. You have done investigations. You've used your own tools. Are you familiar with section 15 of the code of conduct?
I don't have it in front of me. And I don't have a photographic memory, so I'm not able to respond to that. But I can tell you, I don't have a security company, and I'm not providing any security services.
The fact that you are registered with CEDA binds you to the regulation. You are once again, I cannot believe you. You are once again lying under oath and cooking up your own justifications. Sir, you are refusing to adhere to the rules and the laws of this country that binds you. Everything that you have done in your plot to overthrow this government is against the law. You have misrepresented yourself to all the state organs and everyone that you have done business with. That is a fact.
I maintain that you've been watching too much TV. It's absolutely wrong to come with this completely absurd allegation that I'm plotting to overthrow the government. I mean, I've never heard such nonsense in all my life.
Okay.
Honorable Ngola.
Chair, I'm rising on a serious point of order. I have been observing how the witness, it's for the third day today, responds or disagrees with sentiments put to him by members. In the 3 days that he has appeared, whenever he disagrees with what the member puts unto him, he refers the member to be watching a lot of TV, trying to insinuate that what the member may have been saying is fictitious. Even when it is fictitious, there is a respectful way of disagreeing with a member in whatever is put before him. I think it's time, Chair, that we reprimand the witness not to behave like this. Thank you so much, Chair.
Honorable Skosana.
Thank you, Chair. Much of the things Honorable Ngola has covered me. We just wanted to raise that this belligerent of the witness before us cannot be tolerated. He's treating us with disdain. This attitude, which I've spoken about earlier, has to stop now, Chair. You know, I think it's high time that he respects this parliament. You know, for him, the only person who's right is only himself. Everyone is talking rubbish. Everyone is nonsense according to him. Hence, I said what I said earlier. When you deal with criminals, you must deal with criminals. Thank you, Chair.
Mr. Paulo Sullivan.
Chairman, I must sit here and be called day in, day out, a criminal, a thug, a white supremacist, and I must just keep quiet about it. I'm just saying, I won't say she's watched too much TV. I will say, what you're saying is not true, it's fictitious. Thank you, Chairman.
So you are You are withdrawing the statement that
I withdraw the statement that the member watches too much TV, and I replace it with what you're saying is false and fictitious.
you also apologize for having made that statement.
Of course, Chairman, I always apologize.
Can we proceed?
Chair, I'm going to conclude at that because I don't think it's even worth our time further probing Mr. O'Sullivan. I'm actually glad that it's come to an end. Again, I'm going to put it to you just today, because I actually thought today you'd come and you'd come clean and you'll just respond. You lied about the purpose of the prize several times. There was inconsistency. You lied about knowing the owner of the house. You lied about having interaction with Khan. You said you just met him once. Recently, have you been having meetings at the residence at the Moti offices with General Sibia and Mr. Moti?
No, I've never had.
In the last 2
Sorry.
months, you haven't met any one of them.
I've not had any meetings with General Sabia and Moti at Moti's offices. So that's also another fictitious statement.
You lied about not being obliged to Sira. You just lied the entire morning. Mr. Sullivan, I say this and I want to put it on record. Every organ, state organ, if anything, when we make our submissions and write recommendations at the end of this, should be barred from working with you. You have misrepresented yourself to this entire country, operating as an alleged forensic investigator. I leave it at that. Thank you.
Am I allowed to respond, Chairman?
You are allowed to comment on the statement.
Thank you. The Constitution of the Republic of South Africa would make the claim that you are now putting forward unconstitutional. And I deny categorically that everything you've said is true. I've done my best and gone out of my way to use my memory as best as I can and recollect events over many, many years. This letter that's been handed to me now, I've only seen it for the first time. I've never seen it before, and this 44-year-old letter. So at the end of the day, I cannot say that I came here to overthrow the government. Clearly, my record, if you go on our website and you look at all the other work we do other than corrupt police officials, and you look at the work that we do there, at the moment I've got somebody that has a community property association where members of the community property association have stolen hundreds of millions of rand, and we've taken that case on voluntarily to help them get their money back. And those are not white people. They're poor people living in rural areas, Chairman. At the end of the day, I do the best I can. I'm not perfect. There's nobody perfect out there. And one thing I can say, with my head held high, I've done my best to try and make this country a better place for all citizens.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.